Facebook. Yeah. Start the new sounder. Ready? Oh, yeah. That way. I do it for cards, receipts, everything. Yeah. Because I'm organized at all. I am now. Thank you. Great. Oh yeah, last year my account wanted to kick my And good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode number 60 of Beach Talk Radio. My name is Ed Ryan, along with my trusty cohort, Kim Ryan.
Cohort?
Yes.
Co-host.
Welcome to episode number 60. Can't believe it's been 60 shows already. It's another
Good
beautiful day
Lord.
on the beach.
60 shows, 25 years. This is
25 years of nothing
Way
but
too
love
much.
and admiration. Yes. And we want to say hello to everybody on the Florida Podcast Network, listening across the country and across the state and all over the world where you can get your podcasts. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and we're on the Beach Talk Radio app. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can listen on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. So
You're getting that down to a science.
thank
now.
you very much. And we have an outstanding show for you today, folks.
Yes.
Alyssa-
Action-packed.
Alyssa LeMay is coming up at 9:30-ish, and we have some stuff to talk about at the back end of the show about the Lonnie Kai, some other stuff that, oh, you got a bug on your microphone. It's going to go right up your nose. Oh, you got it. Very nice. And also the stuff that took place at the town council meeting. So we love talking about politics, but that'll be later, much later, because
we have some fun stuff that we did last week.
Right. We
We're gonna
did.
talk about that. Well, I did.
What fun
You
stuff did
did.
you do?
We went to the bachelorette party.
Oh, yes, that's right. Dan and Megan
Yep.
are getting married. Yes. You guys had more fun. Well, you had a limo that broke down, didn't you?
Yes, we did. As soon
sounds
as I
fun.
got in it.
All right.
Transmission broke.
Well, you'll have to tell that whole story at the end of the show.
All right.
All right. So we also want to say hello to Nikki. Oh, and as soon as I say that, her sign fell down. It's a little bit windy out here today,
It
but
is windy.
Nikki at FMB Designs and Remodeling, our sponsor. We appreciate everything she does, and we still haven't met Ed yet, and they've been sponsors for 5
No,
weeks.
Gotta get him
We
down
haven't
here.
met her husband yet, but someday, somewhere, we'll meet. So
And the weather is nice.
yes.
So come on down and join us.
How
There's
many
a
miles
nice
did you
breeze.
run this morning? About how many
I don't know.
miles?
5, maybe.
5. Okay. Ask me how many I ran.
I see. You really don't care about me. It's all about you.
I
How
ran
many-
17. I started at 3 a.m. I didn't run the whole
4
thing.
hours.
I didn't run the whole thing. It was
That's
hard.
good.
It was hard to
Yeah,
run.
that's good. How many miles did you swim yesterday?
0.
All right.
Don't get water anywhere near me. I'm afraid of the water. I have to
Like
tell
the
you about
Wicked Witch of the West.
something. The book I just finished was about, speaking of the water, the USS Indianapolis. The story about the all those sailors that let's see, Hashimoto, I think was his name, the Japanese submarine captain or admiral, whatever you call the submarine chief, torpedoed the USS Indianapolis right after. This is a history lesson for some of you out there that don't pay attention to American history. Right
You can all
after they
wake up in a
dropped,
minute.
right off after they dropped off the bomb, the big bomb, the first
Dropped
bomb.
it off.
They
like
dropped it off
handed
because
it
they
off?
had to move it from here to there in pieces so they didn't blow themselves up. So the USS Indianapolis delivered the bomb, and then they were just going to go somewhere and train, and there was a Japanese sub out there, and 2 torpedoes sunk the sub. But to the point I was going to say is that they were in the water for 5 days, and many of them got eaten by sharks. Yeah, ugly.
Well, that's
awful.
a great
Now, there's a-
segue
there-
into the
well,
show.
There's a documentary, and we're going to talk
phenomenal.
about the boat races. So there
That's
you go.
Phenomenal.
No, and there's a great documentary that we're watching tonight about it. They have some of the survivors are in the documentary, so that is on
So
Amazon
there were some
Prime.
survivors.
Yeah, well, it's obviously there's some of them getting pretty old, and the captain who they blamed, obviously they blamed it on him. You got to go down with the ship, but he survived. They court-martialed him, even though he didn't know. They didn't warn him that the submarine was in the water,
Good Lord.
and then he killed himself. Yeah. Well, I mean, he couldn't live with the guilt. I mean, you can understand that the people who died were blaming him, and then He didn't. Nobody told him. Nobody told him. That's when you. That's what the CYA comes in. You know, all the
Right.
people
Can
above
we
you.
talk about something a little light?
Yeah. How do we get off on that? Oh, you asked me about the water.
I asked you
That'll
about
teach you ever to
swimming.
ask me about the water again. Don't ask me about the water. I'm never
Yeah,
going in the
right.
water. So, all right. So.
All right, I'm gonna get
on
out
to our
here.
first
You're gonna have
guest.
your first guest.
Yes, we're going to talk to
All right.
Tim and Cindy are coming on board. Like how I said that, they're coming on board to talk about the boat races, which are coming up in October. We're going to get an update on these fabulous boat races. I don't know. There seems to be a line on Facebook. Maybe it's my computer. Maybe my computer's breaking. But if you guys see a line on there, let me know. I'll call Facebook, see what Mark says about that. All right, you guys, grab microphones. Tim, you're going to switch that microphone to Cindy because that's a louder one. And there we go. All right. Well, welcome aboard, you guys. It's nice to have you back.
Thanks for having us back, Ed
Appreciate your
and Kim.
time.
Appreciate it.
What's the latest? I know we had like an organizational meeting.
We did. Thanks for being part of that, Ed. Thanks for being part of our media committee. We appreciate it. Appreciate you inviting us on the show, being able to talk about the race. Just give an update about the race since our last visit. It's been about 2 months since we were here and made a lot of progress. The races are 110% happening, and they've gotten bigger by the week. So when we were here last time, we talked about it was going to be the OPA National Championship race, which would see about 50 boats usually or so. And now in the last couple of weeks, we've had another race organization who has asked if we could host their national championship, which was going to be in Clearwater Beach as well, the same weekend that we were already doing the races. So we're getting bigger by the week.
Wow, that's great. So even you're expecting even more people then.
We're expecting more people and more boats.
Now, you said that it's 100%, 110% happening. Was there ever a doubt?
No,
are
but
people worrying?
You know the fake news that's out there.
All right, let's go. Let's rewind that. I didn't know if you were going to bring it up, but being that you have, what happened? Wink did like torpedoed you.
They did.
They did.
They did.
So they reached out to our fabulous Fort Myers Beach Chamber of Commerce and asked to do an interview on the economic impact that the races are going to have. And that turned into we don't have enough sponsors or money to put the races on.
How did they conclude that? I mean, did somebody say something?
No. If you watch the newscast from Wink, the Chamber of Commerce, Jackie was interviewed. And also one of our major sponsors, Doc Fords, was also interviewed and had nothing but positive things to say about the race and how they're coming and all the great sponsors that we have. And somehow they took it upon themselves to turn the story into we need more sponsors, which of course we need more sponsors. There's never, we can always have more sponsors because guess what? At the end of the day, after we pay for the races, we pay the race purse. All that money is going to local charities, one of them being Captains for Clean Water. So yes, we definitely want more sponsors, need more sponsors so that we can help the local economy.
So did you guys go back to Wink and did they retract their story or did they make?
They did.
They did. And not only that, but the next day they came out to our social mixer at Doc Ford's and interviewed us and saw the 250 plus people that were there, all of our sponsors. And they know that the race is, again, 110% and all of funds above and beyond all the proceeds from the race going to local charities.
Great. So everything's cool now with them.
Sure.
Uh-huh. So did you ever get to the bottom of why they did it? Did you take one of the folks aside and say, listen, tell me why you guys tried to torpedo us here, tried to screw us?
Ed, I really don't have time for that.
Okay.
So we focus on the positive with this race and what it's going to do for the community and just moved on.
All right. So where are we now? I mean, do you need more sponsors or are you all full now?
No, we'll take sponsors of any denomination, whether it's gifts in kind, volunteers, or marketing. It's not just about boat racing. This is a phenomenal marketing opportunity for local businesses and state businesses and national businesses. The races are going to be televised nationally and also around the world on the internet, but they'll be televised live locally.
Oh, you got that locked up?
We do.
Okay, who's going to cover that for you?
Waterman Broadcasting will be broadcasting it. We don't know the channel yet. They have several channels, so it depends. Unfortunately, we do fall on a Saturday in October, which is college football season.
On a Saturday.
So we've got some big competition there.
Sure.
It just depends on what channel is available, but it will be available live, and all the restaurants up and down the beach. You'll be able to watch it. You'll be able to watch it at home, locally in Lee County. It'll also be broadcast on the radio, and then it'll be broadcast nationally on October 20th on CBS Sports.
Okay. I know at the meeting you guys were trying to figure out which stations. Is iHeart aboard?
iHeart is on board.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
100%.
Awesome. So the parade, I know there was some talk about where the parade's going, and did they get that finalized, or is that still in the works?
We are 95% there. We had our fifth revision of the race course, and we met with our town manager, who's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they asked for a couple of changes, but we're making those changes and giving the town a little more than what they had requested back as far as street closures, which we know this is going to be the boat parade is going to be on a Thursday night. So it's going to impact islanders that are coming back from work, maybe kids that are coming home from school. So we pushed the time back a little. So it'll be at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and it'll be right here in the entertainment area as opposed to going down Estero and having to close Estero.
Sure. What will be in the parade?
Boats.
Nothing but boats.
Boats.
So everybody'll get a chance to see all the boats. And
yeah, so what they do is they're going to parade over from the dry pits, which will be at Salty Sam's, and they'll come over the bridge, and then they will make a right-hand turn just as you would if you were going to go down Old San Carlos, and they'll line Old San Carlos, 1st Street, up Crescent Street, and then part of 5th Street. We'll even have a couple of boats here in Times Square as well.
Yes, we got the approval for that, so
Oh,
that's
very
pretty
cool.
exciting.
yeah, you got a permit for that and everything.
We have an application for a permit.
I'm just joking around with you. I'm sure it'll be fine.
There's a lot of permits involved. It's getting a foot thick already.
Really?
Yes.
And this, never mind. So the economic impact that you guys were talking about at the meeting is unbelievable.
It is.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. Before you get to that, there was some discussion about the county's visitors bureau getting involved or not being involved. Are they? I know they have a new director or something.
Yep, and they are involved. They actually have a committee meeting on Thursday of next week, which we'll be at. We have requested a grant to help with advertising outside of the this market, so that we can market in other areas like Tampa, Miami. A lot of power boaters from New Jersey, actually, so we can market in that arena with our sponsor iHeartRadio, as well as the Midwest, which I know that the beach draws a lot of people from. So it's all out of market funding, but they're definitely on board.
Awesome. Now, one of the questions I had during that meeting was, how far do the people come from? And I was stunned by how far people will come to
All over
watch
the
these
world.
races.
All over the world, absolutely. And not only race teams, but fans as well. We'll have race teams from as far away as Dubai, Australia,
Canada.
as close as Canada,
Wow.
Italy.
How many people do you think are going to be here? How many thousands?
More than the beach has seen in 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are
Tens
they
of
gonna,
thousands.
Where are they going to put them all?
We've got
I
a
was
great
teasing
plan for
Tim.
that.
We're going to sink the islands with all the people.
I know, and the people that live on the beach will probably think this is cool. You guys were talking about letting the people that have houses and stuff try and park cars and make some money from it, which I thought was a great idea. I mean, if you can
Absolutely.
stick 15 cars in your yard and
they-
make $5 a car, $10 a car, great
100%.
idea.
And they can do that as long as they're discreet about it. They
No
can't
signs.
They can't be.
You
waving
can't
a
have
big
kids
50,
waving outside. Oh, why
exactly.
not?
But,
Everybody should be able to do that. If
and
they got a spot, come on.
if an Islander homeowner is going to do that, that vehicle must be parked 100% on their property. If it's touching any of the
Yeah.
township road or sidewalk, the vehicle will be ticketed.
Now, do you need a permit for that too, or
Do not.
Okay.
Do not, no.
So if people are interested in that, they should just do it or come to see you.
Absolutely.
Oh, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's only
like
for a day
Nike.
or two.
Just do it.
So you were going to talk about the economic impact, the millions of dollars that you're going to bring to the hotels and the businesses, the restaurants.
The shops, absolutely. So based on what we've seen at other races, Cocoa Beach was our first race of the season. That was about a month ago. Their economic impact, we don't have the numbers from this year, but last year it was $15 million into their economy. Sarasota, another very similar race to ours, they're $35 million and 15,000 hotel rooms.
Wow.
So we don't know what to expect with but with us being the last race of the season, the championship, and not just the OPA championship, but now the Powerboat P1 championship as well. So 2 championships in one weekend. We're expecting the same numbers.
Are you going to need volunteers?
Yes.
Or do
we
you have enough?
Hundreds of volunteers.
We
and
already have
we
a
will
couple
take
hundred.
more.
Yes.
So what do they do?
You can go on our website, actually, which is roaroffshore.com. And there's a tab for volunteers. And you can call that number, which is actually the Fort Myers Beach Chamber of Commerce. And they've got a list. They're keeping a list. And then we'll start having volunteer meetings. There's different areas that you can volunteer for, anything from transportation to boat patrols to parking. We need all the volunteers we can get. We can never have too many.
Awesome. Can they get then if they're on the chamber website too, or is mostly
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. You
Yes.
got something you want to read there, or
Nope, I just got notes.
okay?
So since our last meeting, we back to the sponsorships. We have a title sponsor now that we didn't have I think then. So the title sponsor, the race is actually presented by Sunstream Hotels and Resorts, which is
Very nice.
Diamond Head Resort will be the host property, and that's where a lot of the activities will take place. The
Finish line will be there.
Finish line is at
This
Diamond
is a
Head.
dumb question. I should know this, but where is that?
Where's Diamond Head?
Oh, Diamond Head.
Yeah.
Sunstream must own
Sunstream.
Diamond Head.
They
Correct.
own Diamond
Okay,
Head. They
okay.
also own
Point of-
Galwing and Pointestero.
Pointestero.
Okay.
So 3
didn't
beautiful
know that.
properties right here on the beach, which all have special rates for race fans and race teams.
That was what I wanted to ask you about. If you don't have a hotel room now, the longer you wait, day by day,
They're selling out.
Yeah.
It's
They're already
amazing.
starting to sell out.
And
Pretty exciting.
there's another event here in Lee County in October of every year that's called the Perfect Game. It's a big
Sure.
baseball.
Same weekend.
It
It
was.
was.
They changed their date because of the race.
No
They
kidding.
saw what was happening to hotels, that they were selling out, and they pulled their event ahead. One
That's
week. how
huge.
big
That's a
this
huge event.
is.
Wow.
Yes. They moved
So-
it forward a week.
So I imagine Fort Myers is going to see some hotels filled up too, all the way up to Fort Myers and further.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
even
definitely off island.
Sanibel, Captiva. Just
That's great. That's great news for the local economy in a time
Especially in October.
during a time where it's pretty slow.
Yeah.
So, anything else that people should know about getting involved? Like, what is a dollar amount for a sponsorship? Can you give us an idea?
It whatever somebody can afford. Businesses, this is a marketing opportunity. It's not necessarily about boat racing, but it's a marketing opportunity to be in front of upwards of 50, 60, 70,000 people live in a single day. Also exposure, not only nationally, but internationally via social media, via television. And we can tailor a sponsorship package absolutely for any kind of business or any kind of person. Gifts in kind and volunteers.
What do you mean gifts in kind? Give us an
Gifts in
example.
kind would be anything that you can donate to the race. We need water. We have to supply water for all of our volunteers.
Sure.
October, it's still hot out.
lunch.
Lunch. So
Right.
anything like that somebody can donate.
What the process now is, total organization, or do you have everything filled as far as that goes, or you need more people that are on your committees, or are you good there?
We're always looking for people.
Okay.
If somebody wants to help, we welcome that.
Awesome.
Especially with parking and transportation. We need help.
Cindy's been spearheading that. And she can talk a little about that as far as how we're going to handle the.
Yeah, where are all these cars going to go?
We're suggesting everybody park off site. So we'll have certain pickups. You could park your car and then be bussed on to Fort Myers Beach.
So the big lot down behind the thrift store down there is a lot that you can take a
Correct.
bus.
Yes.
I mean,
we're working with the elementary school and I cannot pronounce it. The Wicca. No, there's a park right behind it where they could park, and they have a lot just behind that. Working with a couple churches, all the churches on island, they're going to have a meeting and have parking available to utilize their lots.
Right now, we plan for about 3 or 4 large lots off island, even as far out as Summerlin, and then have motor coaches that will
Wow.
shuttle those people to the base of the bridge. And then the county's been very gracious in offering us their transportation as far as trolleys, trams, buses. Come on, we're
Awesome.
talking powerboat racing.
people are coming up showing pictures here. Who is that?
I watched. He's from Aurora, Indiana. I watched him grow up from the time he was a little boy.
Okay. Now, what people can't hear is you're showing me a picture of who is it?
That's Roberta Big.
Roberta Big. Am I supposed to know who that is?
If you know anything about Cincinnati, Ohio,
I'm sorry, I don't know a lot, except I know the Reds play there, and the Bengals. That's about it. And she's okay. She's waiting for a picture. Sorry about that. Sometimes people, I have lots of fans. They just like to come
know.
by and show
Ed's
me
been
pictures.
signing autographs all morning, getting pictures taken
Yeah,
of people.
yeah. So I completely lost what
We
I
were
was
talking about parking.
Yeah.
As you know, the struggle as far as getting on the island during
Right.
season can be real. So that many people in one day. Ed, stop gawking.
That's a very tall person. That's a
It
very,
is.
very. I mean, you got to think 6'6". I'm looking at 6'6" there.
I'd
At
go with
least.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
go with that.
So
But yeah, we've got that taken care of. With we're going to encourage everybody to park off island, take these air conditioned buses to the races. You'll be dropped off at the base of the bridge. Be able to take a shuttle right to the dry pits down at Salty Sam's, or get on a shuttle, a trolley, and come over to the island for the activities all weekend as well.
you don't have to answer this, but it seems like this race costs an enormous amount of money to pull off.
It does,
It
which
does.
is why we're still looking for sponsors. Again, it's a marketing opportunity for these people, but their sponsorship money goes to bringing this race to Fort Myers Beach, and the economic impact it has and all the people that it draws is huge.
And there's prize money too for the.
Absolutely.
What
That's
is
the big-
that? How does that break down?
So it depends on how many boats are in each class. A typical class averages about 6 boats or so. So we pay first, second, and third places depending on the class of the boat. First place could be $10,000.
Wow. Now, did you ever think about maybe having like a little boat race thing for the kids, like something where the kids can get out there with those motor boats in the water or whatever they are?
Actually, another race, Cocoa Beach, does do that, and this year a lot of people have great ideas just like that, Ed.
Yeah, let's just tack more ideas
Yeah,
onto something that's
but-
hardly hard
Let's
to
get
organize.
This first year under our belt. I don't know if you remember or not, but the boat races here on Fort Myers Beach used to be in conjunction with an air show as well. So a lot of
Oh,
people
really?
say, "Well, you're bringing the air show back." And we said, baby steps. Let's get the
Right,
first
right.
race under our belt, and then we'll go from there.
And you came up. Who came up with this? Was it you guys that said we're just going to do this again, or
No, we were actually approached. Cindy and I were approached by the Offshore Powerboat Association to ask if we would be interested in producing a race and bringing it to Fort Myers. And we thought, well, how difficult can that be? We put on organized boating events for our local powerboat club, Fort Myers Offshore, and we thought, oh, it can't be much different than that. It's totally
and they
different.
put everything in front of you, and you must have said, "Oh crap, what have we gotten into?"
It's a
Thank God for Jackie.
it's a full-time job. Absolutely.
Yes,
Jackie
absolutely.
has been a godsend as far as introducing us to the right business people and the community leaders, and the Chamber of Commerce has been absolutely phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. But putting on this race is 100% a full-time job, which Cindy and I, and also our other partner, Mike Shepard, who couldn't join us this morning, we all have full-time jobs. So we don't get paid to put this race on. We don't get anything out of it other than a pat on the back, which is we're good with that because of what it's doing for the community. And we love powerboat racing.
And it's totally organized. You have like a treasurer now, and I mean, so
Absolutely,
people
we
should
have
know
to.
that.
This is
Hey,
This
write
is
me a check
business.
for $10,000 and stick it in my back pocket. No, you
Yeah, no.
have an organization that's totally
100%. It's Aurora Offshore, which is the business. We're going to apply for our 501c3, so that takes some time. But next year
Sure.
we will be a nonprofit. This year we are an LLC.
anything else you want people to know about?
Check out our website, AuroraOffshore.com. Also, social media is a great we're able to do updates, obviously instantly on social media. We have social mixers about every 3 to 4 weeks, which I know you've been to as
Yeah.
well. They're at our sponsors. We've had one at Coast inside Diamond Head. We've also had one at Dock Ford's. And for those people that have been out to them, we know that parking's been an issue because of all the fans that we have and so many people coming out. At our first one, we had over 300 people show up. At Dock Ford's, we had the same kind of number. People couldn't get parking, and some of them got frustrated and left. So we know that parking is an issue at these because of the fan base that we have, and we'll start to address those. And encourage ride share, and
Listen, if you run down or ride your bike down, you don't have to worry about parking.
that's a great
No,
idea.
no.
Or if you paddleboard.
Because you're going to go there and you're going to eat and drink anyway. So, well, maybe drinking and riding your bike back home isn't a good idea. But you'll come up with
You can
something,
come
I'm
get it
sure.
the next day. Absolutely.
So go on the website. By the way, we never mentioned it. The race is in October.
The race is the weekend of October 12th, so it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Get your hotel rooms
As
now
soon as
if you want
possible.
one.
Yep.
Get them
Diamond
now.
Head Resort, Lighthouse Resort and Inn with the Tiki Bar, great sponsor. Also Point Estero, Galwing Resort. Like to thank our other sponsors as well. The Tiki Bar, Junkanoo Beach, Creative Web Builders is hosting our website, doing a phenomenal job. Yucatan Beach Stand, iHeartRadio, Salty Sam's, Dock Fords, Fresh Deck, Sport Boats right off of the beach here, Audio Connection, and of course, Beach Talk Radio.
I heard the Lonnie Kai is going to be closed that weekend. Is that right? They're
Oh,
going to.
don't start.
I'm just
Ed.
kidding. I'm just
We
kidding.
don't live on the beach. We don't get into politics.
No, not at all.
We,
We'll wait till later in the show.
we've got a great meeting with Mr. C on Monday.
Oh,
I'm sure
good.
they're going to be an integral
Oh,
part
for
of the
sure,
race.
for sure. They do a lot of things on the beach. There's no doubt about that. Very, very community oriented.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys,
Hey.
hopefully we'll have you back in a few weeks, get another
Absolutely.
update, and
Yes.
check out the website. The race is in October. Thank you guys for coming all the way
Thank
down
you,
to the
Ed.
Thank
beach.
you.
It's always nice to see you, and we'll see you at the next mixer.
Sounds great.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Ed.
the-
Hopefully, will be June 20th.
Okay, looking at June 20th, we'll make sure we put it on our Facebook page and let everybody know about it. The Roar Offshore boat races are coming up in October, and we will keep you up to date on that. Thanks to Tim and Cindy for coming down with an update. And right now, dear, we want to talk about our super duper sponsor, FMB Designs and Remodeling. All right.
Yes, you gotta get on
Do you
that
want to say
website.
anything about it first? How lovely they are?
Yes. Well, she's lovely. We haven't met him. I'm sure he's lovely, but she has such a great aesthetic.
She named Nikki.
Yes, she has a great design aesthetic. I love all the stuff that she does. It's beach, but it's very serene.
Right. I saw the before and after pictures, and
Well, you don't really get it.
I
but
do. Well, I could see. Well, you can see it.
Yes.
You can't. I
Even
can't
you
see it in
can
my
see it.
mind beforehand, but then when I see it on the screen, what they do, like transforming something that you thought, hey, well, that's okay, I can live in that, and then you see what they do to it. It's like,
know.
holy moly, I didn't know I could live in that.
And like she said, it's small, little small changes that can really have a big impact, like the flooring or the walls.
And
So,
you have to have like not imagination, but you have to have, I guess, you have to be able to picture that and say,
Mhm.
oh, I know how
well,
to
I think
do that.
she
and-
takes care of all
right,
of that.
Right. And I'm saying, you just see how it turns out, and it looks fabulous. And it's not only bathrooms, it's what else? They do
They do all sorts of remodeling.
cabinets, they do living rooms, they do
Flooring.
right. Bathroom. Oh, the closets. You're talking about the closets, weren't you?
Yep.
The walk-in closets.
Well, the other thing too is they don't have a showroom, but they sell a lot. They can get you anything you want.
Well, and the thing that I was talking to Nikki about is I think they should do like before and after videos. Like she was so afraid to come on, and then when she came on, she's like a star. So
I know.
I'm like, you should really do like videos, YouTube videos where you show the before and then you show the after and then you explain, I made this look
Are
fabulous.
you trying to tell them what to do now?
No, I was just a suggestion.
Oh.
And so I think that's something that, hey, social media is free.
This is
So
true.
take advantage of it while you can. So check out Nikki and Ed. I think his name is Ed. I think he actually
It is.
exists. I think he actually is somewhere out there in the ethosphere. And he's let's see, 239-362-8408. 239-362-8408.
I'm
is
in the way
number.
of the sign.
And we're going to have her back
big
soon to do more
shoulders.
Fort Myers Beach trivia. She's a trivia whiz too. She lives on the beach. They live on the beach. They're residents. So if you need something,
And Pete's. You want to give a shout out to Pete's?
no, we'll wait till later.
John, that wasn't very
I'm
nice.
kidding. We'll give out shout out to Pete's, but FMB Designs and Remodeling. So
All
thank
right.
you, Nikki and Ed, for all your support of the show.
Did you get all the information about the boat race that I'm going to be able to do?
I did not bring your ride in the boat race up, but I did get everybody up to date on where they are. They got a ton of sponsors now, which is great. October 12th-ish is when it's going to take place. So
Right near your birthday.
yeah, I don't want a boat ride because it involves getting in the water.
We could put a life jacket on you, like one of those orange ones around your neck, and throw you out for fish bait.
All right, dear.
All right.
Here we go,
I
everybody.
have to put on my super fantastic glasses for this one. This is as much as I can do. All right. Well, we have a very special guest today, Miss Alyssa LeMay. Did I pronounce that
you
correctly?
Did. It's like the cheap fabric.
And you're here to talk about all the wonderful things that you're doing, and we are so excited to have you on. This is as much as I could get going this morning, but you look fabulous.
Well, thanks.
And you've already had some fans here this morning come up and want to get pictures with you. Those ladies were super cute. I think they're going to be going to the bingo. So tell us about the bingo. Where is it at?
So we do it at the Naughty Parrot, the Dock Bar, because there's also the Tiki Bar up in North Fort Myers, and
Okay.
people get confused all the time. So it's the Naughty Parrot Dock Bar that's down here right before you hit the bridge.
And that's on San Carlos Boulevard.
Mhm. Yeah, 7:30 every Tuesday.
7:30 every Tuesday, folks. And how much is it to get in?
$20 to do 8 games total. We have different prizes for everything. A big cash prize for the coverall at the end. It's a lot of fun.
And yeah, I was reading that there's different bingo games. So it's not
Yes.
just can you review what are some of the different because
Well, we do
so there's a
different- like, I mean,
coverall.
So there's the coverall's always the final one because you have to
Okay.
cover one whole bingo. I always start with a regular bingo just to get everyone warmed up because sometimes people forget how to play bingo.
It's been a
I
while.
don't know how. Some people don't understand, like you correlate the
Oh,
and those ones are sober too.
rudimentary. Wow.
But some of the ones I mean, a diagonal, or we do a horizontal, or I do 2 horizontals, which I call missionary. Yeah, my favorite one. How can I be like a little dirty?
It's
Okay. My favorite one I do is called cock and ball bingo.
okay.
You can figure that one out, or you can come and figure it out. And
All right.
There's a couple extra rules for that, but I'll explain it when they come.
When they
that's-
get there. When they get
Sorry.
there.
I'm just good at setting up jokes. What can I
Oh
say?
boy. He sets them up, you knock them down, and I'm just gonna fade right away.
Okay.
And so it goes, how long does it usually take?
It usually lasts about 2 hours. I've
Okay.
learned if I extend it any longer than 2 hours, is the attention span as well. It's a Tuesday night, so people gotta
Right. People have to
home,
get up,
grab, and
go to work,
do their
possibly.
lives.
So how long have you been at the Naughty Parrot?
We started, I want to say it was a year ago this past March. It was
Wow.
either February or March. I can't remember which it was. I'm really bad at remembering start
Well,
dates.
that's all right. And how many people usually show up? It's usually a packed house.
In season, because we can open up the sliders. They have a beautiful patio, so we can open it up, and it's 100 some people. I think we have
Wow.
like 120 is the max we can do when we have inside and outside. When we're just inside, it's usually between 60 to 80.
Nice.
But it's a great crowd. The staff is awesome. They all get into it. We do Jello shots for every 069.
There you
They're
go.
good Jello shots.
Are they sugar-free Jello shots?
No, they are not healthy. They are not gluten free. They're they have one purpose and that one purpose only.
So I wanted to. How long does it take for you to get all ready?
After I shave, it takes me about 40 minutes to put my face on, and then about 10-15 minutes to get dressed.
Nice.
Unless I have no idea what I'm wearing, then it could take longer.
And now the clothes. Do you buy them? Because I was reading a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I make about 90% of the stuff I've made. 90 to 95% of the stuff I make.
And who taught you how to sew?
My great grandmother. Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah. I don't think she thought like this is what I was going to be doing with it. But yeah, no, my great grandma, we never watched TV. I have an identical twin brother. So when she would watch us,
Oh, that's cool.
we would sew, or she tried to teach us to quilt. That didn't work.
Well, you can't.
No.
I don't think you'd look good in a quilt.
No.
I don't think anyone looks
she
good in a quilt.
taught us to cook, taught us to do like fix things, and yeah, she was an awesome lady.
That's amazing. All right, now what other events?
Wait. The eyelashes are like 4 inches long.
Yeah,
What is
well,
that?
they're 2, but it's yeah.
How do you? What are they made of? I mean, you can't just
Oh,
gloss
God.
over the
Well, it's a
clothing
trade
like that.
secret.
I'm gonna apologize now because
Well,
questions are
it's
going to
a-
be completely uncensored now.
It's okay. No, I actually make them out of. There's two. They're called 301 lashes. They're just these big long show lashes.
Okay.
So there's one of those on either side, and then the main big part of it is scrapbooking paper. Because
Okay.
it yeah, right.
Wow.
See, that was
'Cause
a
it
good
doesn't absorb-
question.
it doesn't
Who knew
absorb
she
moisture.
said scrapbooking paper. Now,
Yeah. just
later
'cause of
on
the
tonight,
chemical
we're going to
study.
get some scrapbooking
Although I
paper
was watching
out.
your podcast from last week about the sunscreen and the
Yes.
like makeup going down
Yes.
the thing, and I'm putting my face on, going, "Oh, this woman would not be happy with me."
So do you put any sunscreen on or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because
I
that
did order some. I'm going on a cruise, so I was watching it. I'm like, oh, I need to order that. So I got
That-
online and ordered it
Nice.
this morning.
Very
I used
nice.
it this morning and it doesn't go on. You have to pat it and then rub it. I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine, but I mean, it doesn't go on like slippery because it's mineral based.
Hmm.
So it does have a good feel for it, but
But yeah, when you were talking about, I was going on a cruise, so I'm like, I need to get some of that before I go, because everywhere you go, especially outside the United States, it's always like
Now, when you go, where
Right.
are you
You
going
gotta-
on the cruise?
the Eastern Caribbean.
Now, when you
I
go,
don't know where all that goes.
Wait.
First week of September.
when you go on a cruise, are you going like this, or are you,
Yeah.
I mean, so
It's
are
actually it's sponsored by one of the bars that I work at in Naples, Bambusa Bar and Grill. We do a Saturday show every second and fourth Saturday, but we're doing a show on the cruise. It was one of those. The more people that came on, the more we got to do. So
right.
yeah, all the girls that are on cast there, we're doing a show, and oh yeah, we'll be messing with people.
you, okay. How long have you been doing the bingo now? Did you ask that already?
Yes.
Well, the reason I
We're
ask
past
is
that.
because there's people.
Oh,
There's
I didn't even
people-
notice people were like asking things.
Oh, are they? No, there was people sitting down, coming over, getting pictures. Do these people know you, or
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
they just want their picture with somebody that's 6'6" and
Well, yeah.
Where's
There's
the
a
wig?
clown walking down the street, so we should get a picture.
I didn't say that. You said it.
No,
All
and
right.
one of the ladies has someone in her family who also does
Mhm.
drag.
Yep,
So
I've
Oh,
been-
is that the
Indiana.
picture she was showing
Yeah,
me
that's
earlier?
the
I,
picture
she
that
said
she was
big
showing.
something, big something.
Rand, I
big,
forget.
big Randy.
Something like that.
Okay,
Brandon, Randy,
that's right. She was
Oh,
showing me a
good
picture on her
Lord.
phone. I had no
Robert,
idea what
Robert,
was
that's
going
what
on.
Robert.
Big Robert.
Robbie.
So you have a podcast. I want
Yep.
everybody out there to
I
know.
was gonna bring that up.
Well,
So
I'm
you
bringing
just
it up because
gotta-
I listened to some of it last night.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. This was interesting.
She
Go
has
ahead.
3 episodes, so I went to listen to the. I don't know. It might have been the last episode. Well, you'll know when I tell you. So you guys are going back and forth and jibber jabbering, and then I heard the word anal, and I was like, and I had to turn it off at that point because that hurt.
He's
Well, it's a crappy subject, but
Nice save there. Thank you very much. So you guys,
it is an R-rated podcast.
right? You're gonna get an E next to it if you download it.
Oh
on-
no, I have to signify that.
Right.
Otherwise, iTunes gets a little upset with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what's the podcast? Tell us about.
It's called Drag Queens Talking. It's my friends and I. They come over to my house and we talk and just whatever comes up, and
Yeah, like some subjects.
it's
Come
true.
on.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten into weird
Go ahead. You can tell
subjects
us.
about like coming out stories and drag stories and things about like first times and all that. I mean, just anything has come out. Things I never thought. I really always thought we were just going to talk about drag and like RuPaul's Drag Race, and nope, we rarely even touch on that subject.
So how many people are on the show?
So far, I've had probably about a dozen people so far. I actually just uploaded the 4th episode
Oh,
this
okay.
morning.
I'll
so
be sure to listen to it later.
You were probably running,
Does the word anal come up at all, or
possibly.
okay?
I don't
So-
know. I cannot confirm nor deny.
now the podcast is explicit. What about
Yes.
the show? Tell people kind of what they're
Oh.
going to get at the bingo
So
show.
at Bingos, it is not family friendly, but
Okay.
it is not awful explicit. I don't embarrass people. I don't go out of the way to make people super uncomfortable. I mean, I wear big fake boobs, so I mean,
Right.
I'll
they're
go behind.
fake?
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean,
Oh.
they're real fake,
doesn't
but they're bought and paid for though.
So back to the
So, I mean,
podcast
I'll
for a
sit it,
second.
I'll sit it on like people's heads and like just to like
What?
I'll walk. I like walk up and just kinda,
Oh,
like,
sit them on
I
people's
like
heads. I thought you said you're
I
going
like
to
just
sit
go-
on people's heads.
Like that's about the extent of uncomfortable that I'll
Okay.
do to people. But I mean, I tell off-color jokes.
That's good. The
and
people
there's
that
a
we-
lot of sexual jokes that go with bingo.
The people that we know on the beach rave about you.
I
They
was just saying
absolutely love you.
Yes.
I mean, and
It's a fun time. I know
everybody knows
the
you.
limit. I know how to read an audience.
Right. And so people should not be afraid to come out. You know,
Oh
it's
no, not
gonna
at all.
What do you
come
mean by
out
that, dear?
either way.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. No, it's a fun time, and it's. I mean, men, women, it doesn't matter. It's.
Right.
It's a good time. I don't believe in conversion therapy. No one should be forced to be gay. So
Right.
it's.
Good
Oh
one.
wait, no, that's not how that went. was
It goes
No.
the other way.
Oh, whatever.
So back to the
I don't take
podcast
anything
for a second.
serious.
Now I lost my train of thought. I had another question about
Well-
the podcast, and you changed it back to the bingo,
All right.
dear.
Well, while you're thinking about that, what other venues and events do you do?
Well, I do 3 bingos a week. I do Tuesday, Wednesday,
Ooh.
Thursday. Tuesday at the beach. That's always for a charity. We do a monthly charity.
Yep.
So this,
We gotta get
and
into
actually
that.
talked about before. This month is for Captains for Clearwater as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Clearwater or clean water?
Clean water.
Oh, okay.
Clearwater, clean water.
It could be in Clearwater. They're everywhere.
Well, no, but
Captains-
we
no,
need
Captains for clean,
clean-
water. That's what. Sorry.
clean
Right.
water usually is clear. So
So
that's
back to the
good too.
podcast. You're saying that you had
We'll get to it.
these 12 people. Now, are they all in drag?
Some
or-
are drag queens. Some are just friends that we met in passing, and I was like, "Well, come over, let's just." Talk. They were 3 sheets to the wind, and we had a good time.
Okay, so sometimes you have some people that aren't drag.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to say that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Not,
And
not
it's one of
just-
those. It's just
What?
it's all.
I
I
don't know
think
what to-
having somebody there that's slightly frightened by this would be funny because they
Why, you
would
wanna
tear
come
the
on?
person.
Yeah.
No,
He
Yeah.
wants
He
to come on,
is.
doesn't he? That's what it is. He
You
wants to.
got
Okay,
it.
we'll work it out.
You
as
nailed
long as you
it.
promise
You'll have
not
to-
to use the A word.
You'll have to stay up past 7:00.
What time do you
That's
guys
right.
record?
We're usually doing it at night over cocktails.
All right,
Well,
have-
that's right up your alley.
nice, dear. Way to you practice these jokes all weekend, did you? On with your next question, wife.
Well, I would like to finish the one I was
All
in
right,
before I
my
was
bad.
so
So
rudely
sorry.
interrupted. So you do. Go ahead. You do the
so I do
Tuesday
3
night
bingos.
here.
Tuesday nights are here at Naughty Parrot 7:30. That's always for charity. Wednesdays I do Dowd's Pub and Grill.
Okay.
It's on South 41, just south of Gladiolus, across from Jamaica Bay. It's free to play. It's just.
Do you
we
get
just
a
do it for
lot of
fun.
Jamaica Bay people?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
They're
bet.
fun. They're real fun. But it's just the place reminds me of Cheers, and I love it. It's just this little hole, but they do these. It's these bacon wrapped fried cheese curds.
Oh,
Where is this
They're
now?
homemade. Oh my
Dow's?
god, they are so good.
Oh,
Like I would go, and they could. They're not going to, but they could pay me in cheese curds.
I'm not.
But you're
going
not going to
accept-
do it. Yeah, no. We have a contract. And then I also do the Standard in downtown Fort Myers.
Okay.
That's Thursdays. That's also always for charity. And that's just a fun time. Downtown Fort Myers is like fun. It's like it's 2 different places that are so much fun.
And so all of that's bingo. And then you were talking about the Family Feud.
Oh yeah, I do. It's called Alyssa May's Fort Myers Feud because we didn't want to get sued.
Oh, right.
Exactly. Yeah. We do that out in East Fort Myers at Red's Good Food and Spirits. It's free to play. We just have a good time. Prizes are like Jello shots and drinks and things like that. And we bring teams. You can come by yourself, whatever. We'll put teams together. But we play just like the TV show. The DJ I have is brilliant. Did all the programming of the software and stuff. So, there's the big TV screen with the board and the questions. And
Now, if people go to that, do they need to bring a team
Nope.
or they can just?
no, you can come by yourself. 2 people. We'll put you all together. Bring a team. Doesn't matter. But we have people who bring like 12 people and they just manipulate their own teams and figure it out. And it's, oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
That does sound like fun.
I never thought Family Feud would be that much fun. There are so many rules for it though. I did not know all the rules of Family Feud.
That's what we need to do
Like
next time.
remembering
Yeah.
all of these is like, oh, that was the hard part for me.
Do they have the time?
Oh yeah. No, we do the buzzer. There's fast money, everything.
Wow, we got to check that out, dear.
The
Well, that was my next question. You must be reading
Can I
my
ask?
mind.
I don't need to write them down. Can I ask a few, please? I know
Yeah.
you're
You
just
trying to
need to
monopolize
remember
the
them.
whole thing.
and that's only my weekday schedule.
Well, that's yeah.
So you've made a like
Oh,
this is
pretty
your
much, yeah.
full time
I do this, and I also do real estate as well.
like this.
Not in drag. Sometimes I've had to do showings in drag.
I mean, how can you not sell a house
But
that
I get
way?
I get most of my clients from
Right.
doing my shows. So
Nice.
sometimes when I say, "Oh, if I'm meeting you on a Saturday afternoon, I'm gonna be in drag," they don't care.
Best show you've ever done.
Best show ever. I do a Bette Midler impersonation show. It's an hour and a half long. I love Bette Midler. I own a hover round just to do Dolores Delago.
I'm sorry, you own a what?
A hover round, the
Is that a
electric scooter.
vehicle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to find a hover round in Southwest Florida? It's not. But I do an hour and a half show, and actually the owner of the Standard downtown shut off the entire street, told it for 200 people, and I did the whole show, which coincidentally it's on Broadway. So he shut down Broadway. So I did this whole
Oh,
show
I
on
get
the
it now.
street
Okay, gotcha.
in the middle of downtown Fort Myers.
Nice.
So you belting out songs and
Totally,
stuff?
yeah.
How many songs did you do?
It's oh gosh, I think it's 12 songs, and it's all pre-recorded. So
Ooh.
I'm lip syncing the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm lip syncing the whole thing.
Wow.
8 costume changes.
How do you do
Dialogue
that in a
element.
quick amount of time? Is it layers, or you just have
Some are
people
layers, and
helping
some of
you?
it's timed that I run back, do a quick check. Oh, but yeah, people have to help.
Yeah, I was going to
Especially
say.
once you start sweating, it's hard to peel.
You got your
stuff off.
podcast friends coming over to help you,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peel it off and peel it on, and then redo
Uh-huh.
the makeup. And
Yeah. Touch up in the middle of things, and
Worst show ever.
worst show ever. Oh, there used to be this place in Cape Coral called Charlie's Tavern.
Sounds bad already.
Charlie's what?
Tavern.
Okay.
It was on Del Prado. They did wine and beer. It was,
Okay.
it was this hole in the wall. It was as big as like 4 of these tables. It was just bad.
And you went out there and did a show?
I still did. I had a friend. She always said, no matter what show you do, whether it's for 3 people or 300 people, you need to perform like it is the best audience you've ever had.
Right. Because you never know. You never
It's
know who's
true,
in the
yeah.
audience.
I mean, you could be in front of like 10 people, but someone still might tip you $100. I don't know.
Is this the only
right.
area you work in, or have you been
Yeah.
to bigger cities? Or
No, I'll travel up to. I've gone to Tampa. I've gone to Miami, Lauderdale, Orlando. I still travel back up to Ohio to do stuff. So I still get around.
So you said you were just up in Ohio for your brother's wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, is that your twin brother?
My twin brother. Yeah.
That's
After
cool.
twins, my parents didn't want anything else.
how tall is your brother?
Well,
Same height. Well,
they're
not in
twins.
heels. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean they grow to the same height, does it?
well,
Yeah. Yeah. We're identical.
yeah.
Well, not identical.
Well, I mean, he likes Chipotle a little more than I do. So, but
Oh, he's overweight. Is what you're saying?
no, he's actually he got into
Overweight.
CrossFit, so he's actually
Oh.
he's gotten into way better shape.
What's he
but
weigh now?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I thought we were
he's
talking
like-
fitness, dear.
We don't talk.
We don't
Now-
talk
I
weight.
run. That's about it.
How far do you run?
Like about 2-3 miles a day.
Nice, very nice. You
Yeah,
don't hit
this
the weights
morning
or
I did
anything.
not do it.
No,
you
you have to
run-
get ready.
You don't run in the outfit in high heels, do you?
Oh no. I did do a spin class in high heels though.
How
did
did
that
that
I did
go?
go?
I did a charity spin class. Well, I lost all the rhinestones on my, but it was fun. I could get into doing a spin class. I could totally get into it.
Yeah.
Not
it's a great
full
workout.
drag.
Right. It's a great
Yeah.
workout.
It is a good workout. And this girl, the coach, the instructor,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she was good and good music too.
Where
Yeah, they
did you
did-
take the class?
Cycle Station.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
It's down off McGregor.
Nice job.
McGregor? Winkler. No, Winkler Avenue.
Winkler.
South Winkler Avenue.
So go ahead.
Now, do you just do venues, or do people hire you for private?
I've
Like
done
parties?
I've done mostly I do club work, things like
Okay.
that. But I do get hired for private parties. A lot of like theme parties, things like that.
Yeah.
And then like bigger, especially like nonprofit events. I've done a whole fashion show of all my designs last year. I did for Visuality. It's a LGBT center. Started as a youth center and now is expanded into college and adult programming as well.
Now, do you sell your designs?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll hire out for people. But it's hard for me to like sell my own like
Stuff?
things that like I've made and I wore. There's that emotional connection.
Mhm.
So I'm finicky about it. Usually I just give it away because it makes me feel better.
But if someone wanted you to design something for them, you could do that.
Are you
Oh,
asking
totally,
for
yeah.
something?
Okay.
Are you asking for
And I
something?
will say
No.
I do costume design. I am not a clothing designer.
Right.
Like when I do something, it's not. I can do it, but it's hard. And
Right.
So
and it's not as fun.
yeah, costumes are more my thing.
Now, do you have an agent?
No,
I'm thinking.
no one's getting a cut of this.
I was going to say. I mean, you need an agent with all the work you have. I'm not certainly not plugging for that, but it seems. Sorry about using that word. You always got to watch what you say now, right?
I'm really good at time management.
Yeah. Well, it's unbelievable that she doesn't have an agent, because she could be like in major cities Don't you want to be like in big cities? Is that what your
If I
goal?
had
What's your goal?
time.
What's the goal?
Honestly, I would. Do you know RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yes.
Would love to be on that.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a
A
drag
reality
reality show.
Oh,
Mhm.
It's like Project Runway, but
Wow.
fun.
do you have to go to?
It's all video audition. It's filmed in LA.
Have you put an
yeah,
audition
have you
I've
tape
done
in?
6 audition videos.
Oh.
Before, yeah. So I would love to just to have that platform. I mean, they tour the world.
Wow.
I mean,
Who
just
knew?
have that platform be awesome.
So if anybody listening out
Yeah.
there can hook them up,
Just
well,
saying.
let us know.
So this is it this month? That's Pride Month, or is
yes,
it next
this month?
So
June. Yep. June.
does that have any special meaning to you?
Yeah, I get booked a lot. It's
You get booked a
we
lot.
just had-
Period.
That's true. Last week we had Naples Pride. That was fun. They had 9,000 to 10,000 people. They're still trying to
Wow.
get a closer estimate of what
Right,
it is,
right,
but yeah,
right,
it was
right.
somewhere between 9,000 and 10,000
What
people.
was the event?
Just the Naples Pride event. It was at Cambier Park.
Okay.
They do it every first Saturday of June. This was their 3rd one. They had Eureka O'Hara. She was a girl from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Great entertainer, wonderful person. Like she was fun to outside. We hung out with her outside.
Right. Right.
Being part of the Naples cast, we are afforded a few extra things. Like
That's nice.
Is it very competitive? What you do?
it is. Because there's a lot of people vying for not a lot of spots of
Right.
shows, which is why I went out and started doing the bingos, and because drag shows are fun, but there's 3 gay drag bars that are in the Southwest Florida area. One
That's
Cape
it?
Coral, one in Fort Myers, one in Naples. So other than that, I mean, people are fighting for spots in the
spots.
shows.
Where's the
Hmm.
one in Fort Myers?
Fort Myers is Rascals on 41. It's across from Red Lobster. And then Cape Coral
Okay.
has Cruisers, which is on 47th Terrace, and then Bambusa Bar and Grill in Naples.
Now, do you ever worry that somebody is going to give you? Oh, well, you're 6'6" or something like you're like almost 7 feet tall. So I imagine for you,
Could take
you
care of
can
yourself.
intimidate other people. But do people try and give you shit?
They do, and usually I as soon as I fire stuff back, and
Right.
they realize I'm a comedian and I'm a clown, and
You never had to get in a scuffle because somebody was
no,
drunk.
truth, no, I've
'Cause
never
somebody
gotten.
drunk, some drunk ass is trying to be.
That's a lie. I had one person. He was drunk. It was right after a bingo, and I was at the Standard downtown. He came in, was very on the aggressive side, but was like I want to take you dancing, but was very handsy and all. So
Did you just reach across and
I
pop him in the
I
head?
started now said you need to go away. I ended up walking to the back office, and the owner escorted the guy out. But that was the most uncomfortable I've ever been.
So does that mean that you feel like people are what's what I'm looking for?
Oh, boy.
It's not as bad as it used to be. The way people discriminate, has it gotten
No,
better?
I don't think so. I totally think it's better because I
Okay.
walk downtown Fort Myers. I can walk here.
But
Right.
you're a star
I
here.
know.
Everybody knows you.
That's right.
But also, I think it's one of those. One, if you're walking with confidence, like people
right.
automatically assume you know what you're doing. But
And it's the purple hair too. I mean,
well,
holy
there's
moly!
that too. It's one of like 130 wigs I have.
Wow. How much money do you have invested in wigs?
That's one of the first questions my parents asked when they saw like my
Right,
drag
right,
room.
right.
It's a bedroom. It has
You have
its
a
own,
whole room dedicated.
it has its own insurance policy.
Wow.
Yeah.
At your house here in Fort Myers, or at
Yep.
home?
Yeah,
Okay.
here in Fort Myers. Yeah, I live here full time.
Whew, now tell us about your website because you have a nice little website.
Thanks. Yeah, it's alyssalemay.com.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You're good at plugging. You're good at this.
She
It's
sure
Alyssa
is.
I'm going to be the
LeMay.com, but it'll-
non-paid manager there. You
yeah,
go.
there we go.
You
Agent.
Perfect, yeah. But it has the links to all the social media, to the podcast. My whole calendar of events is on there because that's the only thing that saves my life is my calendar.
And if people want to book you, what do they do?
Message me through the website, through Facebook, whatever. I don't give out my phone number.
No, too many weirdos.
It's that I made the mistake of making business cards with my phone number on it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, that was a
people.
mistake.
What do you mean?
It's creepy.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
Give us an
There's too
example.
many
You'd be amazed
freaks.
at the
Creepy.
yeah, I had a lot of pictures sent to me,
Oh,
Yeah.
grotesque.
and not the ones I want. It's,
Men or
it's
women?
never the people you want hitting on you that are doing it.
Well, who do you want hitting on you?
Someone attractive with a job, 401k, 1 foot in the grave. No,
Nice.
I'm kidding.
So no business cards, but you are super fast
Well,
at
no, I mean, I
social-
had business cards, but it's only email.
right,
and
right.
the
But you are
website, and
super
that's it,
fast on the social media. You got right back to us on Facebook. You're quick with that.
Well,
and
you made. I think I don't know if you made a comment on Facebook somewhere about how to get a hold of Alyssa LeMay.
Oh yeah, I sent
And
it right
like
out
4
there.
people messaged me
Yeah.
like immediately. I like got out of the
Nice.
shower. I'm like, who in the world is okay?
There you go. He's good with that. You're very good.
And
with
people
that.
are great on
Yeah.
the beach
Yeah.
of finding the people that we need. So
So I would like to put out an invitation because I talked with my friends from work and we talked about coming. So on a Tuesday, either this Tuesday or next Tuesday, folks, hit me up. Let's go see the show.
Definitely.
I'm really not so good at bingo, but I do know that the numbers correspond with the letters.
It's true. Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
I don't think people go for the bingo.
No, I always say
No.
the bingos are like 80% show, 20% bingo.
And the great thing is
And
that
a
so
little
much
bit of
of it
Jello
goes for charity.
It
So
does,
it's
yeah.
a new charity every month.
New charity. Yeah, we try to do every month. So I know we did, like I said, this month is Captains for Clean Water.
Yeah.
Last month we did the Friends of the Mound House. We did
The Friends of Lovers Key.
we
too,
did Friends
when-
of Lovers Key the month before, and
That was like
forget.
3,700 or 3,200.
Oh yeah, it's
a
always a couple
lot of money.
$1,000. Yeah.
So if a not-for-profit, that they go through the Naughty Parrot for that.
Yep. Call Tyler at the Naughty Parrot. He'll get everyone hooked up. But yeah, we love having charities, and I mean, he's always looking for people. And
Is there some?
Right.
Is there, you have other things coming up that you want to tell us where you're going to be?
I will say at the Naughty Parrot on the 22nd, we're having a Pride Night. There's going to be 2 drag queens
Whoa.
there. Unfortunately, I'm booked elsewhere, but I'm still promoting, and you
Okay.
know, I love the Naughty Parrot. It'll be Karma Sutara and Trixie Towers are performing. Not sure who the DJ is yet. I'm sure they already have one, but I just don't know what it is. But it starts at 9, I believe. I know
Okay.
everything's on their Facebook, on their website, everything. But yeah, on the 22nd, it's gonna be a fun night.
And Karma and Trixie are on your show.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah. Carmen and Trixie are both on my show.
I think one of them might have
Yeah,
used
they're
the
both-
word anal when I
that'd
wasn't.
be Trixie.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to come up with a name for you.
No,
like
that's
the
okay.
names are great.
Maybe next time.
Right?
We hope
Oh.
you'll come back on the show. I mean, super.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, would love
not
to,
to say anything bad about our other guests, but we've never had so many viewers as today
Oh, well,
On-
thanks, guys.
on the Facebook. So thank you for coming on,
Thank
We
you
Alyssa.
could, he
so
could be
much.
Shelby. How about Shelby?
Shelby's a
Right.
good name.
Cock.
This is where we're getting close to signing. What?
Shelby Ridencock. There's your new drag
Oh,
name.
stop it.
We'll put you in
Actually, I
drag for
kinda
a
like that.
We could no, you could do Tuesday podcast. We'll do it before bingo.
That's right.
And
Shelby.
then we'll put you in drag.
That
guess-
won't happen.
I
but
guess I need to do drag king. Are there drag kings?
There are drag
I have to
kings.
be honest
Okay.
with you,
Yeah.
though. I would be afraid that I would say something wrong. Not
I
that I
know.
would be offensive, but I would say something wrong. But it doesn't sound like you can say anything wrong when you listen to your show.
It's like I will say you can say something wrong and you can offend people. It's knowing how to get out of it
Right.
with grace.
You cannot, because I'm sure you would be
No, but-
relentless and not letting people get out of it.
I have said some. I've learned that like I don't talk religion. I don't talk politics.
Sure,
Right,
sure.
right.
But,
Although I will
I'm
say I
saying,
grew up Methodist and I did say a few choice things randomly when I was intoxicated.
but I'm saying sometimes this
We've
can
worked
be
that
a
out.
little confusing to people.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Well, I
that's all
think
I
when
mean
you-
by
when
it.
you-
That's
when
all.
you say
Right.
something that might be offensive, you're not doing it with intent. You're doing it because you just don't know. And
Right,
so
'cause I'm dumb.
you're good about taking feedback. Like that's not the right terminology. We find that offensive. Here's a
Yeah.
better term. It's about educating people to be. You know,
I could just see the three of them sitting
educated.
there and Trixie saying something about, did
I
you hear what
just-
the idiot just said? Or
I
so just
know.
I mean, it would be funny.
It would.
It would
yeah,
be
yeah.
funny.
He can take a lot of abuse, which is good. He
Well, yeah.
takes
A lot of it. I mean,
correction
especially-
well.
But all of comedy is. I mean, it's to get a reaction.
Right.
Good,
But
bad,
you-
and
but
different.
listening to the show, it's totally relaxed. You guys are totally relaxed, and
Mm.
it is funny. I mean, it's funny until the A word came up, and then it was like
You get so uncomfortable.
a little bit.
Ah,
I don't know why. I just went like that, and I had
Oh.
to say, okay, I gotta
All
go.
right. Speaking of going,
Alyssa, thank you so much.
thank
Thanks
you
for having
so
me.
I just
much.
hate to
It was
leave
so
let
much
you
fun
go,
to have
but
you on.
thank you for coming down. And if you are going to have another drink, I'll buy.
oh, okay.
Alyssa LeMay, everybody. I'm
Thanks
sure
for
people,
having
more
me.
people are going to want to
Thank
take your
you.
picture. So thank you so much for coming on, and
Thank
we'll see you soon.
Thank,
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Your nails look lovely. Everything matches. Oh,
I know. What a figure.
Yes.
She's got a fantastic
at
figure.
6'7", I'm guessing, right? 6'6" or 6'7"?
I'm just like a demure, like 5 foot.
No. Oh, she's got very hot 5'15" and very high heels on. So, wow, that was tons of fun, dear.
That
That was
was
tons
fun.
of fun.
I know.
So I don't even know if I want to bring up the Lonnie Kai or any of the other politics stuff because we could save that for any time.
Sure. I did get some trivia questions, but we can save that. Oh, Lord, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 10 o'clock
Let's
already.
save all our stories then.
Yeah, we'll save our stories. I'm going to write an editorial about the election, and I'm going to post that on Monday
Okay.
because the council is talking about.
So you're not going to save your stories.
I'm gonna tease it. It's called a teaser.
Okay.
You always want to leave them with something more, dear. And by the way, I launched another podcast last night. I don't know if people knew that.
Oh, you launched.
Right,
I thought
right.
you said lost.
I launched another podcast, Fit After 50. And we did it at 5 o'clock last night. And if you have a chance to listen to it, us
Good.
are over 50.
was good.
Michael was 54, but Tex was 62. 62 years old. And
Two
he's
very different guys.
right. He's registered for the same race I'm registered for, which hopefully you'll register for. The World's Toughest Mudder in Atlanta is a 24-hour race. And it's coming up in November.
You're
We're
getting very
distracted by the
distracted.
pictures being taken behind us, but yes, very distracting. But so if you get a chance to listen to that, Fit After 50, it's not on Apple yet, but it will be during the week. It's on the website and it's on the Facebook page. So, but back to my original story. The council is looking at changing the election to November, which totally makes sense.
Right.
The election should be in November. People
Not
can mail in
March,
their
right,
ballots.
right.
But there's one part of what they're doing that I totally disagree with.
Oh, well.
Totally think that it's a power
Well,
play.
that's it.
And not for this council, because we love this council. But, we had problems with the last council. And you never know who you're going to get in the
Who
future.
don't we?
Yeah,
There's
we
no
did.
we.
We did.
There's no
So don't forget to vote for Dan. And don't forget Megan's going to run,
we. You
hopefully,
keep pushing that.
for the council.
Let her
And
decide.
we will be back next week. Our next show is next Saturday at 9 o'clock. And we want to thank Pete's Time Out. Of course, John Lalo, we love you. You didn't tell any of your stories from the party last week.
I'll save them.
We'll save that for next week. Hopefully,
They're
Karen will come
timeless.
on. He's out of the hospital after his motorcycle crash, and he's doing better. He had his hand and his foot operated on last week, and he's probably in a lot of pain. And so we're trying to get him to come on the show next week. And we have no idea who the other guests are, but I'm sure you'll
We'll
work
get
on
it.
it during the week because you're off work, and you'll put some work into the show.
No, I'm back. I'm doing summer school.
All right. So thank you all for tuning in. It was a lovely show today. We got you up to date on the boat races, and Alyssa
Wind
is
it up here.
super
Wind it up.
fantastic. So we will see you next week, everybody. And
Bye,
watch
folks.
our
Thanks
Facebook
for joining
page.
us.
Bye-bye.